All right, here we go. So, Melvin, we'll start with you. When you look back at your first season with the Broncos, I mean, again, you finished really strong, almost 5 yards of carry second half, but you
Mm.
played in front of no fans. When you look back, what do you take from that first season in Denver? It was a little bit of a roller coaster ride early, but you certainly finished strong.
Yeah, it was, as far as the fans, it was just different. I've always, I played with the Chargers, most of my career. And going to Denver, it was always probably one of the better places to play, just because the fan base. So it was a lot different, not having no one in there. It was a few people, but, I didn't really get to experience how I wanted to from, the on the Broncos end of things, man. So I'm definitely excited. Roger Goodell made a statement that, he's looking forward to, the fans being filled up completely again. So I'm excited about that. I'm actually one of the players that enjoy the fans. It kind of, gives me a little boost. You want to go a little harder, so I'm excited about that, man. It was the second half of the season. I kind of, just had to just tell myself mentally, um, don't worry about anything that's going on. Just play your best football. Just go out there and do what you need to do. And, things started turning over for me.
Yeah, did you sense that? Was it just you're getting your comfort level that it helped in terms of, again, almost 5 yards of carry? Was it just getting in concert with the offensive line with more reps?
Well, I always pride myself on having a strong second half of the season. I always tell myself, no matter what, you get stronger as the season go on. That's what I try to tell myself. So that was just the mindset. Second half of the season, first half, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't, up to my par. And it was just, sharing the ball and things like that, and just, you having 2 ones on the field. It was just different. So I just told myself, just accept whatever road this is, and just go out there and be you. Mentally, it just was like, just do what you do, Mel. And whether you get a lot of carries or you have to split them dead down the middle. Just go out there and just give everything you got on the carries you get, and that was just kind of my mindset.
Well, it's clearly different going into this season now because you're the RB1, if you will. Philip Lindsay, I know you got a good relationship, but it was a weird situation. You come in,
Yeah.
he's so popular on the team. When you look back, was that difficult? And how is it different now, kind of going in, knowing that you're the guy?
Yeah. It was probably one of my most difficult seasons. Not gonna lie, just because a lot of fans, a lot of people weren't too happy with me coming in, and and with Phil wanting to get paid and everything like that. And it's like, look, man, I had no, I had no parts of that. I wanted to be here and they wanted me here, so it kind of just was a mutual thing, and it kind of just happened. But it was tough, man, because I feel like I said, a lot of people didn't accept me because, it's kind of like if I went to Wisconsin, I'm from Wisconsin. It's like if I got drafted, to the Pack, so I understood how people feel because it would be the same way for me if I was in Green Bay. So it was like never any hard feelings, but it was like, shoot, at least give me a shot, and it sucked because they weren't there, so I had that. And then on top of, the fans really not liking me, them not being there to really appreciate what I do in person. And then on top of that, the COVID stuff with just in general, with just not really being able to just see Denver as a whole, and like just spending that extra time with the teammates, outside of the facility, which made things a lot tougher. So it was that on top of that, on top of that, on top of that. So mentally, it was like I definitely was challenged, but I made it a premium to really get close with the guys on the team, especially being in the same division. But I made it a premium, and I knew that every game I have to come out here and play with my heart and really earn the guys' trust on the team. It's nothing's given, everything is earned, and I understood that. And regardless of what Pro Bowl I went to or that, you're on a new team and you have to show what you got. So that was really my main focus. Like I said, I would have liked if the fans would have liked me, but I kind of understood the situation. But it sucked a little bit. But I stopped really focusing on that and focusing on what I can do to help the team win, what I can do to build my relationship with the teammates. And, just the play just started going up when I put my focus on the right things.
And now do you build off that going into this year where you're clearly number one on the depth chart? You kind of just continue that momentum?
Absolutely. It's not like, being the one is something I'm not used to. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? It's something it's not like it's something I'm not used to. I was that pretty much my whole time with the Chargers. Um, but it's not like I'm going in unfamiliar territory now. I know the guys, I built relationship with the guys. I feel more comfortable now speaking my mind on certain things. And it was certain moments where I spoke up and I said some things, but to try to help motivate and get the team moving in the right direction. But it's always that feeling as the new guy, you got to earn your keep before you kind of tell a whole bunch of guys how you feel, and I feel like, well, we done bled and sweat together. We definitely had a down year, and we fought together, man, at our worst. And I definitely want to be one of the leaders to step up this year. At our best, because that's definitely what we about to bring this year.
Well, I heard you met up with GM George Payton. What was that like? And why do you think this year is going to be different for you guys? What was it like meeting him, and what are you kind of looking forward to? And why do you
Yeah.
think this year is going to be different?
Well, I just, I hope that injury bug just stay out our locker room for one. I hope that thing stays out, man. Because if I felt like we were going to be a really good, great team last year with the defense we had. I mean, the preparation we had every day going up against them. It was only going to get better for us. And our head coach is really a hard-nosed, old-school guy. And, we were getting after it. We were probably one of the hardest working teams in the league, under him. I could confidently say that. And I just felt that way. Not that I know, actually, because I only been on 2 teams, but but just how I felt. I feel like the injury bug, that's no excuse, but I felt, we had a lot of guys that could have helped change some differences in some games. We all know that, this game is, comes down to the last couple plays. It's only run by a small margin of points. Rarely do you get blew out. It's always a game to the fourth. So, you're missing a lot of key guys that can help make difference. That kind of hurts you, but no excuses. But I really feel like we can be special. I talked to the GM, man. He's a cool dude. I came in to Denver. He wasn't hired yet. And I came in really quick. I had to do something. I really didn't get to talk to the head coach and my position coach and Pat. I didn't really get to talk to, any of them because I had to hear it leave. So I trained in Florida. I was in Cali, but I'm gonna be back in Florida training. Knew I wasn't gonna be back over there, so I wanted to, just go say what's up to everyone. I kind of like to, just to see how everyone's doing. That's just kind of who I am. I just kind of like to see how everyone is. And he was hired at the time, so I went and chopped it up with him. It was cool. He was talking about, he went to Minnesota, and my best friend, Trey Waynes, he, was a part of drafting him.
Right. Yeah.
So, we had small talks about that. So it was cool, man. He's a great dude. I told him, I made a joke. I told him I thought he was a little taller than expected. The camera had him, looking a little taller than I thought. But, we kind of joked around about that, man. We really just, we was filling each other out, really. A little bit about football and where he think our team can be, but it was mostly about, asking about my family, my friends, and things like that. So it was good conversations. It was now, it was dope to meet him, show face. But I think, just confidently saying, I think, he's gonna help change these things around Denver.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, he's putting in the time. I'll say that. I mean, he's putting in crazy hours. When you look at Melvin, you had the DUI case, and it's been resolved. How relieved are you that that's behind you now, and thankful the charges were dropped based on that evidence? How relieved are you?
Man, I was super relieved, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of countless nights no sleep. Man, and just, it was always on the back of your mind. It's like, man, I'm putting in all this work, and, I went out on a limb. Like, I was like, man, I'm not just going to take the 3-game suspension I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna try to fight this thing and because I don't want to miss any games. I don't want to miss any games. I don't want to miss no games this year, and I don't want to miss no games next year. Those 3 games with me sitting out, I could probably help make a difference. I was like, you know what, I'm trying to fight this thing to be out there with my teammates. And it happened and it worked in my favor, man. I'm just so happy about it. Just because it was a lot of people disappointed, and I'm just like, man, when everything come out, man, and my name get clear, hopefully people could, change their thoughts and their feels about me in that whole situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you look at your off season, your training, I see you on IG, this training you're doing. Or do you do anything different, Melvin, now that you're playing in altitude for a second straight year? What does that look like for you?
Oh man, actually in Florida, House of Athletes, they got an altitude room in there. First time I've ever seen it, and I was like, hey, turn that thing all the way up. I don't care what. I was like, turn that thing all the way up. We did a treadmill workout in there, and I almost passed out. And I was just like, when I'm training, I think that's the spot I'll have to be at to kind of help prep me, because I only did it once, but then I've been training and working out, and then I was like, okay, I went to Denver when I had to go talk to everyone, and I worked out there, and I was like, let me just run on the treadmill, just give a little half a mile. Let me see where I'm at, with this altitude. Holy smoke. I was like, here we go again. So I'm gonna definitely just run more, because I know what, mentally I know what I'm getting myself into. So I'm gonna just put a little more focus and emphasis on definitely the conditioning side of things. And I usually condition pretty hard, but I think I got to take that extra step, knowing that, I want to, that altitude makes a difference. So I know one of the months I'm gonna definitely be training. Maybe after mandatory mini camp or something, I might stay an extra month, stay a whole month in Denver, just to kind of just prep myself and train out there. And Coach Landoff, I think he's a good speed guy, so it's not like I'm missing much. But me and him gonna work out a plan. We've been talking about it briefly, but we definitely gonna figure something out.
That's why I stay out of shape perpetually, so the altitude doesn't affect me, whether I'm at sea level.
Seriously, man. Goodness gracious.
How did you guys might be having virtual OTAs now? It looks like there's 7 teams so far that aren't reporting or have decided they're not going to do voluntary portions of OTAs. How do you adjust to the virtual OTAs? Can you still move forward as a team, having gone through that last year? Is that functional, you believe, to do it that way?
We did. I feel like we did it. We did it last year. I haven't went to OTAs honestly in like 4 or 5 years, but
right.
yeah, but we did it last year. The numbers were up with people scoring offensively, crazy. Injuries was down, I heard. So, I think we'll be able to do it. I think we're pros. We understand, okay, we have to work out. We have to, if you love your job and it means a lot to you, you don't need coaches or nobody else telling you what you need to do as a player to get yourself ready for us to be successful. Justin Simmons, Vaughn, Shelby, all these guys are depending on me to do what I need to do. Tim, all these guys are, they're depending on me to do what I need to do to be ready for the season. If I come in out of shape, that just shows you have a lack of interest, lack of care for the team, for yourself, for the coaches, So my thing is, when we have the meetings, you just got to have laser focus, just lock in, even if it's for an hour, 30 hour, whatever the case is. As far as the plays, just kind of getting back in the just of hearing those and knowing that, and taking a little extra time to kind of go over it, know the full concepts. That's where I think the laser focus need to come in. But as far as outside of that, and us needing to work and being able to be ready for training camp, I think, like I said, if you're a pro and you love the game, that you should already be doing that. No one needs to tell you to do that. So that's just my take on it.
You've been a Pro Bowler. You've had great seasons. Do you have goals going into this year, personal, for both you personally and this team?
Yeah, obviously, I just want to come out and be the best back. I would love the rushing title. You know what I mean? I just want to be the best back. I feel like I'm, so overlooked. And whatever that case may be, maybe because we didn't get a lot of TV time with the Chargers, or this year, just with the splitting the ball and then, the fans not being there for COVID. I don't know what the case is, but, I get overlooked a lot and I'm kind of sick of it. So just personally, I just want to go and be the best back because I know I'm capable of being that. And, I want to get to the playoffs. I want a Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong. I want that Super Bowl. I'm going into my 7th year, man. I want the Super Bowl. I want to taste that. I want to feel that. I want to be a champion. I didn't win state in high school. The last time I won a thing was my first year ever playing football years ago. So it's like, man, I just want to be, I had James White. He won it a few times. Like, Tom Brady got 6. I mean, God, dog, can I at least get half a ring or something? Like, I just want to be a champion, man. And, I'm glad Von's back. I'm gonna follow everything that he do. Because he's been there. He's tasted that, he's tasted that taste that everybody wants. He knows what it takes to get there. So I'm gonna just, he follow. I mean, he lead, we gonna follow. And along with any other guys that's been on the team and know what it takes, man. So I'm hungry for a ring. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want it bad, but at this point, man, I just want to. It's steps. You know what I'm saying? It's steps. I just want to get to the playoffs and see what happens. Let's just get to the playoffs and let's just see what happens.
Right? Get under the velvet rope. Get in the club. You never know what
happens.
Get
in the club, man. Football is a crazy game, man.
Once you get in the
door,
crazy
game. Anything can happen on any given Sunday, man. I'm telling you. Get us to the playoffs.
There you go. So tell me about what do you think the Broncos might do in the draft, or what do you remember about your draft process? It is so weird now with COVID. It's different. But they got the 9th pick. What do you think? And what do you remember about your draft process, Melvin?
Mine was just it's crazy because the Chargers never brought me in. They never talked to them, never anything, and end up drafting me. So honestly, you never know. It's all it's sometimes it's best available, sometimes it's need, sometimes it's, you just never know. It's like, oh well, we wanted to go here, but this guy is such a good player, I don't think we could pass him. You just never know what they're thinking, and you have no idea. I don't know what we're gonna do. I've heard everything. I read. I love everything leading up to the draft. I've always been big into it. Just looking at everything, who we might draft, who they're talking about us getting, and it's funny to hear the stories and how they change. Closer to the draft, everything changes.
Well, a lot of it's on quarterback. I know you like Drew Lock. Think he has a bright future, but so much speculation here in Denver is on the quarterback position.
Mm-hmm.
Could be Justin Fields, a Trey Lance, a Mac Jones. Do you follow that?
I mean, we all hear it. We all know what's going on, man. So, the thing about it is we can't control, who they pick. We have no insight. We have no idea. We just know whoever get drafted, we got to bring them in with open arms and bring them aboard because obviously they picked them and draft them for a reason to help us win. So we need to do whatever to get them ready. So I have no idea, man. I have no idea. I truly thought it was going to be a corner. Then we addressed that. So, you hear people saying quarterback. You hear people saying linebacker. I seen something say tackle. I was like, I don't know. So it's all over. This is the first time where I was like, okay, I really don't know. With the Chargers, I was pretty head on about what we were going to get. And I kind of was pretty good. I was pretty good. I kind of knew last year that they would grab Judy. It was either Judy or CeeDee Lamb. I kind of knew we were going to take one of them. So I had an idea. This year, I honestly don't know. I was talking to a friend, like, I'm really stumped this year.
Yeah, because that quarterback thing's complicated because if they move up, if they stay at 9, Micah Parsons might be there, Penei Sewell. They trade back, maybe you get an edge rusher. It's all over the board. Some fun stuff real quick. You're a fashion guy. Where'd that come from? When I look at you, I mean, IG, I didn't see you in the locker room last year, unfortunately. Hopefully that changes this year. What is it about fashion? What is it about that part of the daily life that you enjoy? That we see you on IG or we see you walking. That's part of
just being different, man. It's just a way to express yourself without having to speak. In other words, so it's just like, this is who I am. I wear my personality, on my sleeve, with my gear. I can show you, kind of who I am. So it's I'm very artistic, man. I like, different forms of fashion of art, and dressing is just another way. It's just another art, man. Just another way to express yourself, and it's dope because everybody got their own taste, everybody got their own style, so it's just like, okay, everybody can be unique in their own way. And I don't think any look is like OD or overrated. That's just what you like. So I've always been into being different and loving art in all fashions. And like I said, I think, the fashion tip is just a different way to show your style, your uniqueness, and your style of art.
Do you draw too? Are you an artist, or you appreciate the fashion or the way
No, I draw.
you do? What kind?
Yeah.
Just sketch? What kind of abstract
Yeah, it's
sketch?
like I grew up drawing cartoons. That was my first drawing, was like a Dragon Ball Z character, and I used to like the little cereal boxes. I used to just put them up, and then I would draw the cartoon guys on there. So yeah,
Are you a Marvel guy too? Do you draw those?
I love.
Super.
Come on, man.
What's that? A lot. What did you say?
I said, come on, man. I love Marvel. I love. I watch anime, everything, man. I'm big. I'm big in that. I love all that stuff, man.
That's cool. You can draw. That's like one thing. One of my good friends is an artist. He can sketch stuff in like 5 seconds. It's just such a cool talent.
Yeah,
It's just,
yeah.
I can't express myself that way. And finally, when you work out, like that's the other thing. When you put the time in, do you enjoy the process? Like as a professional athlete, I know everyone focuses on the result. That's all.
Yeah,
Your guys are defined by stats and contract. But do you enjoy that process? It seems
I
like.
do,
I mean,
and I enjoy it. I enjoy it, man. I really do. Because it gives you that confidence. It gives you that confidence. You get that feeling like, yeah, you know what? You didn't put. I promise you didn't work harder than me. But you can go out there and you can say that when you line up, and you can look across the field and see that whole team and be like, none of you worked harder than me. I know that for a fact. It gives you a certain level of confidence to like really be able to go out there and do what you want to do. And if you don't put in the work, it's like, well, I know this guy probably been working just as hard as me. And that lack of confidence, like, second guessing yourself, and you're done. You're done in this league. And someone will embarrass you and then humble you. And, no one wants to be humble with the fans coming back, and no one got time for that, man. So you got to, bring your best foot forward, man. I really enjoy it. I love seeing the results, man. I love seeing, start from the ground and then build up. And then at the end of the year, you're like, okay, all this hard work I put in, this what came out of it. So I enjoy the process, man, from starting here and then getting to there and looking down and being like, these are the steps I took this year. And, you can just, I love that, but I love that part of it. So the work part, the running sometimes get a little, I'm not gonna lie to you, a little tedious. The treadmill work and the running, I ain't gonna lie, it's just, it sucks a little, but I love the sprinting, but the distant running, it's like, especially on the treadmill, I can get out and run all day, through the city, through the streets. First thing I did when I got to Denver, took a jogged a mile through the city, downtown. I told my mom, give me a car right here. I'm gonna just jog through the whole city. I like that. But being on a treadmill, literally just sitting there and look, I hate it.
Yeah. Are you like the last guy that doesn't have a Peloton? I thought everyone was on a Peloton now.
Man, no, sir.
You got to run it, right? You're a running back.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
last thing, Melvin, you do some great work with your, the Beyond the Flash Foundation and at melvingordon.org. It sounds like you're going to be doing some more stuff with the website and fans and giveaways. What do you got going in that regard, or hoping to have play out this year in your second year here?
Yeah, man, I'm just trying to do whatever I can with that, man. It's just so many people that need help, need love out here, man. Just so much going on in this world right now. And I just want to be one of the people to kind of, make people day better. Everything kind of got slowed down with the COVID, so, the site and everything, it's going to pick back up. And it's just another way to engage with people, doing something positive for the communities and everything, man. I'm trying to, like I said, it was just such a bad time with everything, with me switching teams, because it was just like, you really can't do what you want to do for the community because everyone's, you can't even go in and give a person a high five or nothing. So it's hard to really get that sense of feel like this person cares. So it's tough, but man, I'm glad the vaccine, I'm glad the COVID stuff is, it's still bad, but things are opening back up to where we could, really show our love and appreciation for, our community. So we're gonna get the site and everything back rolling, engage with people, give out giveaways and things like that, man. But I'm excited to build this relationship with the Denver community, as well as my own. Like I said, it slowed down because of COVID. Things will start shooting back up and getting back up. But when it do, man, I'm gonna just be proud of the smiles that I can help put on people's faces.
Yeah, you can
Sure.
tell you feed off that energy, that
Yeah.
positive energy, and you convey that positive energy. So I know that's going to really be cool for you. People get a better feel for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're going to have a big year, man. I really appreciate you making time for me. I look forward to it because again, I've written it a million times. I don't think people realize how good you were. Like the
Yeah.
last 9 games of the season, averaging 5 yards a clip, in a time when the passing attack was a little shaky. To do what you did was impressive. You scored 10 touchdowns. I mean, you quietly had a really solid year, especially when you consider that you were sharing carries for the first
Yeah.
five, 6 games. So I know I'm expecting big things from you, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you for your time, man.
Yeah, thank you, Melvin. I'll get all this stuff posted. It'll be online, it'll be on the news, and it'll be on a podcast. So I really appreciate it, Melvin. And I look forward to seeing you in person, actually interviewing you, hopefully
Yes, sir.
either in May or in training camp.
Yes, sir.
Take care, man. Again, happy birthday.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Take care.